After hardening the thermal lock in the cold water, I need to make sure that the back of the bezels are thoroughly dry and that there aren't any spots before setting my stones. I put some of the sticky wax across the bezel to hold it while I start to lock it in. And I will go north, south, east, and west all the way around the bezel. I'm using the punch just below the upper edge of the bezel to lock the stone in. Watch carefully and you can see the point where the stone gets locked in. And now I can remove the wax. I continue around the bezel to bring in those high spots to close the bezel up. Again, I'm keeping the tool just below the upper edge of the bezel because I don't want to thin it. I want it to be all the same thickness. So I'm hammering just below that upper edge to bring this bezel in. I'll go back over it to close it. I'm looking for any high spots, and that's where I'm concentrating on hammering. And then I simply walk the tool around to make it smooth, to do the final tightening of the bezel onto the stone. If you've hammered evenly, the top of the bezel should be the same thickness all the way around. And the final step is to use a burnisher on the inside edge of the bezel to burnish it to a bright glint. I go one way and then go back over it the other direction. And I'm using a very firm pressure. These are ready to remove with the boiling water. It only takes a few seconds because there's not much thermal lock holding them in. They come out easily and there's nothing to have to clean up. Remove any marks or scratches that may have been caused by the setting punch.